Black people can't afford to indulge rich white people's need to endlessly flagellate themselves.
What happens when two outspoken personalities from opposite ends of the political and cultural spectrum collide? In one corner we have Whoopi Goldberg, a co-host of The View and a self-declared champion of progressive ideals. In the other, Bill Maher, a comedian and political commentator known for skewering the left and right alike. Their recent exchange has set social media ablaze, leaving fans and critics wondering who truly has the upper hand in this high-stakes debate over woke culture. Let's break it down.
Stop saying that Whoopi Goldberg getting yanked from The View right after she attacked me on The View is karma.
To understand the tension, we need to look at the broader cultural battleground. Bill Maher has long criticized what he perceives as the excesses of woke culture, from cancel culture to progressive overreach. On the other hand, Whoopi Goldberg has consistently used her platform on The View to defend liberal ideals and challenge conservative rhetoric. The stage was set for a showdown when Maher began targeting Goldberg in his monologues, dissecting her arguments piece by piece. The friction isn't new. In recent years, Goldberg has made headlines for her bold and at times controversial statements on everything from racial issues to political scandals.
Well, if he's right, then why didn't people vote for the former prosecutor who actually had policy plans?
Maher, never one to shy away from controversy, has taken aim at these remarks, sparking a war of words that's as entertaining as it is divisive. The latest clash began with Whoopi's comments about the priorities of Black Americans. She argued that economic stability, better jobs, and responsive policing are at the forefront of their concerns, rather than the self-flagellating tendencies she attributes to rich white liberals. While this point may have resonated with some, Maher seized on her remarks, accusing Goldberg of oversimplifying complex issues and using strawman arguments. Maher's sharp retort on his show was nothing short of a verbal takedown. "It's not that I've gotten old," he quipped. "It's that your ideas are stupid. Ouch." He went on to critique Goldberg's habit of dismissing dissenting opinions, framing her as emblematic of the left's growing intolerance for alternative viewpoints. This exchange was more than just a disagreement. It was a full-blown cultural clash. Goldberg responded on The View with her trademark mix of wit and indignation, defending her statements and taking jabs at Maher's critiques. She questioned his motives and suggested that his obsession with woke culture is out of touch with what most Americans care about. But Maher didn't back down. On his show, he delivered a scathing rebuttal, highlighting inconsistencies in Goldberg's arguments. He argued that Goldberg's rhetoric often veers into the absurd, likening her logic to a blindfolded person throwing darts and hoping something sticks. For Maher, the problem isn't just Goldberg's views, but what he sees as a broader issue of ideological rigidity on the left. This debate exemplifies the wider tensions surrounding woke culture, where both sides often talk past each other rather than engaging in meaningful dialogue. Goldberg's defense of progressive ideals appeals to her audience's sense of justice and fairness, while Maher's critiques resonate with those frustrated by what they see as an overreach of political correctness. Each is speaking to their base, but the broader public remains divided. Unsurprisingly, the public response has been as polarized as the debate itself. Fans of The View rushed to Goldberg's defense, praising her for standing up to Maher and calling out his perceived elitism. Meanwhile, Maher's supporters lauded him for his unfiltered critique of woke culture, framing him as a voice of reason in a sea of political correctness. Social media became a battleground, with hashtags like Team Whoopi and Team Maher trending as viewers weighed in. Memes, hot takes, and think pieces flooded the internet, turning this celebrity feud into a cultural phenomenon. The debate even spilled into mainstream media, with pundits dissecting every word and analyzing what it reveals about America's political and cultural divides. One particularly striking aspect of the public response has been the generational divide. Younger audiences tend to align with Goldberg's progressive stance, viewing her as a necessary voice in an era of social change. In contrast, older viewers often side with Maher, appreciating his call for balance and his critiques of perceived extremism. At its heart, the Goldberg-Maher feud isn't just a clash of personalities, but a reflection of deeper societal debates. The tensions between progressivism and traditionalism, between free speech and cultural sensitivity, are playing out in real time. Maher's commentary about woke culture resonates with those who feel alienated by rapid social changes, while Goldberg's unapologetic progressive stance strikes a chord with those pushing for equality and justice. For some, the debate highlights the difficulty of addressing complex societal issues in an era of soundbites and viral moments. Goldberg's arguments about the priorities of Black Americans touch on real concerns, but Maher's critiques raise valid questions about the methods and rhetoric of progressive movements. The inability to find common ground underscores the broader challenge of fostering meaningful dialogue in a polarized world. So, who's right? The truth, as always, lies somewhere in between. Goldberg's point about the priorities of Black Americans is valid. Economic stability and responsive policing are indeed pressing issues. However, Maher's critique of ideological rigidity also holds water. In a polarized world, the ability to engage with opposing viewpoints is more critical than ever. This clash isn't just about Goldberg and Maher, it's a microcosm of larger societal tensions. The debate over woke culture, cancel culture, and political correctness has become a flashpoint in America's culture wars. On one side are those who see these movements as necessary for social progress. On the other are critics who argue that they've gone too far, stifling free speech and alienating moderate voices. The Goldberg-Maher feud serves as a reminder of the power of media personalities to shape public opinion. With millions of viewers tuning in to The View and Maher's show, their words carry significant weight. This makes their debates more than just entertainment, they're part of a larger conversation about the direction of society. For Goldberg, the challenge lies in defending progressive ideals without alienating those who feel left behind by rapid social changes. Her emphasis on economic stability and policing highlights real issues but risks being overshadowed by her more controversial remarks. For Maher, the task is to critique woke culture without dismissing its genuine contributions to social justice. His sharp rhetoric can be effective but risks alienating those who might otherwise agree with him. This feud also underscores the challenges of media-driven discourse. In an age where soundbites often overshadow substance, the risk of misrepresentation is high. Both Goldberg and Maher have been accused of oversimplifying complex issues, a critique that applies to much of modern political commentary. The challenge for both lies in fostering meaningful dialogue while staying true to their respective platforms. As the dust settles, one thing is clear, this feud isn't going away anytime soon. Both Goldberg and Maher have their dedicated followings, and their clash has only solidified their roles as polarizing figures in the cultural landscape. For viewers, the debate offers more than just entertainment, it's a chance to reflect on their own beliefs and the state of public discourse. But what do you think? Is Maher right to call out the excesses of woke culture, or does Goldberg have a point about the real priorities of everyday Americans? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into the stories shaping our world. In the end, perhaps the real lesson isn't about choosing sides, but about recognizing the value of diverse perspectives. Whether you align with Goldberg, Maher, or somewhere in between, the key is to keep the conversation going. After all, it's through dialogue, not division, that we find common ground and move forward together.